that like they just never changed up their design. This is their classic design. This feels more modern. Like this packaging is doesn't really tell us much. They could be trying to throw us off. This formula looks expensive, but I don't want to put it on and up my. They could be doing that on purpose. You guys are so sneaky. This is crazy. This is my job. Like I need like a little zoomy monocle for this one. I'm looking at the finishings. I'm looking at the stitching. The way the leather bends. This is now Shoe Investigation ASMR. They took off all hint of branding. Shh, you don't get to know what I'm thinking. They are awful. Okay. Same weight. Oh. See, I don't know what this thing means. This crop circle on everybody's phones. I see it in like the nicer section of the phone cases, like when I go to Best Buy for like some camera or something. And this reflective thing is not super chic. Huh, okay. It's really the gloves that is making this so stupid. I'm like, my monocle, so dumb. This one's the more expensive one. This has the toggle to like turn your sound on and off, and this is blocked. And so it makes me feel like it's like off-brand or like it was made incorrectly or something. So this one feels like it's the higher end one. This was one of the more special nights in my whole life, the 2022 Met Gala. I went with Iris Van Herpen. I mean, if you could pick one person to go as your first ever Met date, I'm still like at a loss for words thinking about it. Because not only is she a visionary and a genius, she's so magical. Also to be like nearly naked on the steps of the Met was something I'll never get over. I was like, guess I'm gonna be naked. Well, actually, so this is a funny story that I've never told, but they tried to make it to my measurements before it got to New York, but of course they had to alter it. The whole dress is being held together by like the finest mesh in the world. Like we're talking like spiderweb thin. All of these pieces are metal backed. They have fabric on top, which is what makes the arm pieces stand out and what makes everything hold in place. But literally one snag and the dress would be ruined. So when they were pinning it on me to alter it, we were pinning and I was holding a pose like this for over 2 hours, like just like this. It was so delicate that anytime anybody breathed, me or the tailor or anybody pinning, it was like a threat to the dress. So we were all like, but when they went to take the dress off, they had pinned through my skin. It didn't hurt, I literally felt nothing. There was no blood, nothing. But like, they were like, what is it caught on? It was my skin.
We definitely collaborate with our lovely makeup artists here to make sure that we get the right feel for the character, because things like hair, makeup, and wardrobe really affect performance and vibe and, you know, who these people really are. So we actually spent quite a good amount of time figuring out the differences between Mal and her many different stages in this film. Trying stuff out. What did I feel comfortable with? What did she think was right for the character? What did we both agree on? And we've been best friends ever since, isn't that right, Tana?
That's right.
Just my girl. She made me look good. It's a difficult task. Sometimes it takes hours on end. I'm really not wearing any makeup. She's just wiping it away as she goes. This is all natural. Eyelashes can grow like this.
It must be fun though to come up with all these looks.
It's really fun to come up with all of these looks. Sophia and I talk about this all the time because she ended up with blue hair and I ended up with purple hair, and we tested so many colors and looks 3 years ago when we were starting this whole process, and it's really lucky that we ended up with the colors that we did, because I've learned so much more about like makeup and everything through doing this. Purple happens to be something that complements my skin tone and my eyes, but it didn't have to be that way. And Sophia too, oh my gosh, that blue brings out her eyes and her skin like nothing else. It was definitely really fun. It's like playing dress up.
expensive taste test with Cosmo. The rules are simple. I'll be given 2 products and I have to pick which product I think is more expensive. Do I feel I have expensive taste? I would like to consider myself still a modest person. You know, I also appreciate the finer things in life. I think I'll do good for sure. The most expensive thing I've ever got, my houses. That's the only thing I spend money on. My boyfriend gives me all my expensive things like gifts and stuff. That's all him, so I don't do that. This one is a lot softer. This one, it does have a scratchier feel to it. But I'm not gonna lie, I have gotten some luxury sweaters before that I was surprised they had a scratchier feel to them. So let me take a deeper look into the stitching. This is tough because honestly, both of them aren't bad quality. I would wear either of these. I'm gonna take a guess and say that this is the more expensive one. Just off of presentation, just off of the box, I'm already assuming this one is more expensive because, you know, this is just cardboard. This has velvet, it has a little bit more structure to it, but let's open them up and see what's inside because you never know, you know, don't judge a box of cards by its cover. Basic. Okay, a little more custom, if you will. I would say the shuffle feels about the same and the cards. I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say that these are more expensive. All right, this one, it does smell cheap, this one. Let's look at the texture. The texture is not bad, but it's not very creamy. These are really similar. Okay, hold on. Oh, this one smells worse. And actually it's even less creamy. Okay, when I shake this one, you know, it has some jiggle to it. This one is stiff. If I go like this one comes out and this one doesn't. And this one smells worse, so I'm gonna say this is the cheaper one. Yeah? Okay. Okay, cool.
As you can tell, this journal has gone through a lot. She is done and dusted. Do a lot of prayers in here. I usually do my 3 pages every morning. Please blur this out, but we have really done some business in here. And this is my newest one. A person very special made this for me and engraved my name. I started this about 3 weeks ago, so you can't see anything that's in there yet. So these are some samples actually from Orabella, which I hope I can talk about this now. This is 5 years in the making. These were like some of my first original samples. To have a passion project like this that could be turned into a business was something that I never could have dreamed of. This is my medicine box. Again, all fun things, Excedrin, my Zyzol for when I have allergy attacks, on to bigger and better things, like not being medicated. We've got some green apple Mentos and my pyrite heart that I keep with me at all times. Can't leave the house without it. You know what? Just, why not? You know what I mean? This is my lucky pen that a person very close to me gave to me. Never leave without it. Let's see. Oh, You Beauty. If anybody wants like the perfect moisturizer for the morning, this makes your skin out of control. You don't even need to put makeup on after it. This is my Colloidal Silver Mist. This is my favorite lavender hand sanitizer. It's out. Why? All my stuff is out. I need to like replenish. More vitamins. We're gonna have a lot of these in here. More essential oils. These are Lift Spirit. My On Guard essential oil. This is the best. More vitamins. Wow, this is turning into something special here. Oh, a Saint Laurent lighter, just in case.
Okay, so now we're ready. I just kind of like to spray my face with lavender mist in the morning and at night. And it smells so nice. I'm gonna start with brows because I've always found that brows kind of frame the face and I've always had really thick brows. I brush them up, and I'm pretty obsessive about brushing them straight up. I've always had really thick eyebrows, and when I was younger, it wasn't really, the thick brows weren't a trend, they weren't in. I remember all of my friends in high school, they were, you know, getting their eyebrows plucked or waxed, and the really thin eyebrow was in. But my mom insisted that I shouldn't do my eyebrows, and I'm so grateful for that. And I never did, and now they're in style. So my first steps for lip is liner. I'm just gonna mix both of these shades. One has a little bit more of a pink, and one has a bit more of a nude. So we're just gonna be adventurous and try both. This is the more nude one. I've really been into the gloss recently. And my favorite gloss for years and years and years has been this Revlon gloss. So whenever you've seen me literally on a carpet with a pinky, nudie, glossy lip, this is the color that I use. I'm gonna use actually this cream blush, Tower 28. It's like a multi-use blush that I actually use on my eyes, and it's just really easy to use. I'm not that great at eyeshadow, so this has been really helpful for me. Just kind of dab it on my hand. I also just like to use a little bit of a brush and put some under my eye as well and just smoke it out. There's such a huge difference between makeup for whether you're playing like a specific role or you're performing on stage or you're shooting a music video. I've always found that beauty and fashion is such a huge part of storytelling. And so for all of my videos and all my performances, every choice that I make in terms of beauty and fashion is very much informed by the overall creative, and it's just really fun to kind of bring all of that to life. And I'll bring it up just a little bit towards the outside of my eye because I like that shape. And then afterwards I will kind of go in with the brush and just, you know, blend as much as I know how. I'm gonna do the inner corner highlight. So I'm just gonna use this palette and use the light color right here, and I'll just go in the inner corner.
I'm gonna show you guys how I do my makeup. I always had so many products, and I just wanted like a little defined kit of all of my favorite products that could just be really easy. So by the way, guys, I have no foundation on, no concealer on, so it's not gonna look as like flawless unless you put all of that on under and do the whole process, but I'm just showing you what my like everyday, all natural 5-minute look will be when I don't feel like, you know, just putting on a ton of makeup. And I first just put on moisturizer. You feel like sometimes when you only have 5 minutes and I just wanna look a little bit more sculpted and bronze, this is what I do. So I go between the medium color kit and the dark color kit. I know this isn't concealer, but because it's like all I'm really using, I kind of use it a little bit as concealer, like the matte highlighter side. If I literally was stranded and only had this product, this is like exactly what I would do. So I put on just like the matte side of the highlighter everywhere. And then I'll take the medium color stick and I'll use the lighter color, just contour down my nose. And I always do the tip of my nose because it just shortens your nose and makes it look so cute. And if you want a little bit stronger, I'll just like do that. Then I will take the darker side of the medium and just kind of go down my cheek. And I love to go along my hairline because I just really like to look super bronzed, and I love like a short forehead. I know it sounds weird, but like it'll totally shorten your forehead if you just like put it there. I mean, my theory with contour is I always go kind of in like a 3. So I'll kind of just go down and like this. The 3 starts here and down that way. So I'll blend my forehead first, and I just kind of go in a circular motion with the brush. And I kind of try to go in the 3 first. So I use this little kabuki brush, and since we're kind of on the dark colors already and I haven't really blended the light colors, I'll kind of go down my nose and try to blend that, and I just kind of like blend it into my eye. Mario, are you jealous? And then I kind of go with the sponge part, and I like to wet the sponge a little bit. And I always use my hand. So I just use the sponge side and I try to blend in all of the highlighter. Then I kind of go over, since there's like some leftover product, I just want to make sure it blends well. And I also like to use my fingers to blend a little bit, just because, you know, this is not a foundation, this is not a concealer, this is just supposed to look like just dewy and not a lot of makeup. And then I kind of, since I don't want it to look too white, I take the extra leftover product on the brush and I just kind of blend it in all over. If we're sticking with just one color, like the medium stick, I'll take the lighter color and I use it as like a lip liner. And if I see it's not dark enough, I'll like, because it kind of makes your lips look a little bit bigger. You could like overline it a touch and just kind of blend, then use the lighter one. It's just kind of a like bronzy browny color. And then I use the darker color as like under eye shadow. When I'm doing my makeup myself, I always use bronzer as shadow. Just gives you like exactly, just like a warm feeling so you look alive. And then I'll take the highlighter, go down my nose with the shimmery highlighter, go above the lip in the inner corner. And then I even take the shimmery one, or we can really do the matte one, and I do it on my inner waterline. And then depending on the mood I'm in, I'll either do shimmer or matte on the brow line, and then just blend it. So then I put a little shimmer on my collarbone, and sometimes just like down my shoulders. Oh, I wanted to put a little bit of shimmer here on my cheeks, because I think everyone should glow a little bit. Adding a little translucent powder because it's a little too shiny. And then if I feel like I don't have enough color, I just add a little bit here on my cheeks. So remember, I don't have foundation, I don't have anything. Just warms you up a little bit. And that's really what I do when I get ready myself.
It out, and then I do the side of my forehead. I kind of do like a 3, right? After I contour, I'm going to bake this. It's important you do this after your bronzer because I feel like that's what is, I don't know. I really don't know. But it's important you do it after your bronzer. I can't do my makeup without baking. I think it really does help. And for anyone who doesn't know what it is, baking actually it's like the powder is like soaking in to your skin and leaving like a residue of like of color. So I'm like trying to make this lighter here so I have more of like it just shapes my face. I hope that was a great explanation. I'm gonna leave this for like the rest of my makeup. I do pretty much color my whole lip with lip liner. I think I can do it with my eyes closed. Pretty good. It was actually a funny story. My mom did her lip liner in the car real quick. We were actually at Disney World, my whole family, a long time ago. And she accidentally took out her black eyeliner instead of her lip liner, and she lined her whole lips with black eyeliner. And Courtney was dying. I think Courtney peed her pants. I'm using Nova lipstick today.